Pooch? Pooch, what's wrong? What you doing up? Can't sleep. Is something wrong? Nightmare. You wanna tell me about it, sweetheart? No, that's fine. You don't have to. Oh, well, you want me to rub your back a little? Will that help you get to sleep? Well, of course I can talk to you. I'm glad this voice can give you some comfort, sweetheart. Come here. Lay on my chest so I can reach your back. Yeah. Cuddle me. Okay. How about a little story? One of the many my parents would tell me and my brothers when we were young, trying to get us to get to sleep. Good. Get comfortable. Let's see. How did it start? Many years ago, when dragons were still abundant rulers of the sky, there was a family of these great creatures that had created a home up in the mountains with a young city of people in the valley below. The dragons watched the people grow from the great safe distance of their mountain home, masked by the clouds. They were ageless after all, and watching the people grow gave their curious minds something to do. Of course, the dragons had lives outside this watch. They had families. Some of them came and went. New hatchlings came along and grew along with the people of the valley as well. Always so close, but never interacted. Only one, knowing about the other. Yep. That was until a young dragon became too curious. Her parents and other family had told her, "Stay in the mountains and away from the people. Our eyes can see them, but they cannot see us, and it should stay this way." But the young dragon, she didn't understand why people and dragons needed to be so separate when they were so close. "But father," she would say, "why can't we speak with the humans if we have developed the ability to talk like they do?" But her father would shake his mighty head at her. "You will do as we have always done, child, and no more," he would say to her, and that was all he told her. No, he gave her no more. This young dragon, though, her curiosity would build and build each day. Her and her siblings would peek ever closer to the city below that had grown to a large castle town over the many years. One day she was with her siblings, as usual, when curiosity grew too strong. "I'm gonna go," she declared to them. Fear, but also excitement, spread to her siblings before she jumped over the rocks, and her mighty wings spread, casting a shadow over the city below as she came through the clouds. No, well, the people were scared at first, but after a moment they were amazed. They gasped and pointed as she landed outside the gates. "Hello," she said simply, surprising the people more. Before a simple city guard stepped closer. No, he just said, "Hello." And that was the start of the city and the dragon's interactions. The people were amazed at the dragon. This great creature could speak, and before long she brought her siblings along to meet the townsfolk. Then after some difficult convincing, her father, the leader of the mountain dragons, met with the leader of the valley city. This started a series of healthy trade between the two. The dragons had access to rare minerals so high up in the mountains, and the humans had the ability to create things of luxury, food, spice, all the things the dragons grew to enjoy. Trade with the valley people became common, and many of the townsfolk and dragons even became friends. But news of such an occurrence spread outside just this one city, and greed would appear in the form of dragon hunters. No, most people did not agree with dragon hunters. I'm sure you can agree it's not right to hunt something just because of who they are, especially if they ain't doing nothing wrong. But dragon horns and bones, scales, even blood, it was all a rare commodity that the corrupted few would seek. The young curious dragon had grown strong over the years. She was in line to be the next head of her kin, the mountain dragons, the strongest of her siblings, even though she was the smallest of them. She was delivering a supply of crystals she had dug up to the city one evening. The same evening, a large group of hunters attacked her mountain home. Now, these hunters had fought and killed many dragons over the years, larger dragons and in greater numbers. None of the dragons survived. Only the one, young, curious dragon. She returned home to find the aftermath. Yes, really. I said it was a bedtime story, not that it was a happy one. I'm sorry. Next time I'll do a happy one. No, there's more. And it doesn't get better. You want me to stop? Alright, I'll finish it, and then I'll say sorry again. Okay. Well, the young dragon was mortified, of course. She found her siblings and family, and before long she was thrown into a rage. Her power over fire was one of the strongest there had ever been, and it seethed inside her chest, glowing from under the plates before she launched off the great ridge. The shadow of her wings cast once more over the city below. Well, the only evidence she found was boot prints in the snow, and the only people she knew were the people of the valley. I know it wasn't their fault, sweetheart, but she did not. And when the wings cast darkness over the city, blocking out the moon and starlight, the eyes that looked up saw the fearsome glow of dragon's fire just before it rained down on the buildings in mighty waves. She roared her anger, shaking the ground with her power as tears clouded her eyes in pain and rage. No, sweetheart. She burned the city down completely. Of course, people ran, and a few survived to tell the tale, but the city was no more. The few survivors say that the silhouette of the dragon could be seen amongst the flames, crying out to the sky for her family, but also regret in the actions that she took so recklessly. Yeah, that's the end. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I know it's not a happy story, but not all stories have a happy ending. That's what my parents would tell us all the time when we complained too. Besides, I did promise that the next one would be happy to make up for it. Come here. Now try to get some sleep, sweetheart. just keep me close and relax. Yeah, it's alright. Good night.